You are not your job. You are not how much money you have in the bank. You're not the car you drive. You're not the contents of your wallet. You're not your fucking car keys. You are the all singing, all dancing crap of the world. Welcome to yet another edition of Atomic Ambition, the podcast. It's another hot day here, so forgive me for wearing a loose-fitting t-shirt. It's just one of the things that I have to do in the summer. So why did I start with that famous quote from the movie Fight Club? Forgive me for not remembering the name of the person who wrote the book off the top of my head. But the quote is a very famous quote from the movie Fight Club. And the reason I started with that quote today is because I've been reading a book called Mindsight by Dr. Dan Siegel. And he got me thinking about how we experience our past lives and what is important to us about our past and how we reflect on those things in the present. You have probably all been through similar experiences to me, in that in the moment something can feel stressful, it can feel awkward, it can feel embarrassing, it can be in your mind at the moment the worst possible thing ever. But we also, as human beings, as intelligent beings, we also have this luxury of being able to look back on our past experiences from the future. So for example, right now I can look back on things that happened, say 10 years ago in my past. And right now, my idea about those things is completely different to how it was at the time it happened. My world never ended, despite the fact that I might have thought at the point, oh my God, if I don't do this now, the world is going to end. My life will be ruined. My life was not ruined in any way, shape or form. But at the time, you do have these genuine feelings, these genuine emotions. Hindsight teaches us that these feelings are not true. Or rather, they are true, but they're not as true as we like to imagine that they are. So this book, Mindsight, this book, sort of one of the main ideas I've taken from the book Mindsight, is about reframing your emotions. And that got me thinking about the movie Fight Club and that quote, what you are not all of these things. You are not the contents of your wallet. You are not the clothes that you wear. You're not your job. You are so much more than all of those simple little things. And I think it's easy, very easy in the modern world to lose track of who you are. So the very, very simple idea that I want to share with you is I am versus I feel. Okay, so I am sad versus I feel sad. I am sad. That is, when we use the verb to be, I am, it's almost like it's a self-defining, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I am sad. That is kind of like you're defining your entire being as being sad. But the truth is, you're probably not sad. You might feel sad, or you might feel upset, or you might even feel happy. Yeah, but those feelings do not define your entire being. So I want you guys, and I'm trying to do this as well, I want you guys to shift, reframe how you describe your emotions at any time. So in the present, ideally, but also think about all those past experiences where you said, I was sad. No, you felt sad in the past. Yeah. You felt happy in the past. Okay. But I want you to try really, and it's an experiment for me because I know I use the verb be. I am angry. Yeah, I am upset, especially with negative emotions. I do have this tendency to define my entire being with this emotion simply by using the verb be. I am. What I'm going to do, what I'm trying to do from this point is not define myself or try not to define myself with those feelings. They're just going to be transient feelings, things that are going to come and go, and I'm going to remind myself about that by saying I feel sad, I feel angry, I feel happy. What this also does, I think, in my opinion, is if you say I am angry, that's completely defining your entire being as angry. Whereas if you actually change that and reframe it to I feel angry, it actually, in my opinion, it helps your brain, helps you perhaps identify the elements that make you feel angry. So I am angry can become I feel angry because of this. And then this thing can become something that is substantive in a sense, and it can help you to focus your feelings and your emotions on this thing rather than your entire being becoming angry or upset. You just have this feeling of being upset because of this thing, and that doesn't actually define you in your entirety as this thing, this emotion. Okay. Now, I seriously do hope that I have explained this idea to you in the best way that I can. It's a short form sort of, podcast. If you haven't read this book, Mindsight, okay, for me, it was quite, although it's sort of, pop psychology in a sense, it's quite a heavy going book in my opinion. But it was written by somebody who knows an awful lot about this subject, about how your brain works, how your mind works, how you can reframe your feelings and your emotions. If you haven't read Mindsight, it's one of many books by Dr. Dan Siegel, who's written quite a few books, and you should read them all, to be honest with you. Yeah, they're all brilliant books. I think I've read 2 of his books. Mindsight being the most recent that I've reread. So yeah, go ahead and try the book on Mindsight. It's a great book. It's full of loads of different ways that you can sort of improve how you think about things. But just try this one simple step of reframing I am angry to I feel angry. That it's going to be a challenge for me, I know, but over the next few weeks and months, I'm going to stop myself from saying I am angry, and when I hear myself saying I am angry, I'm going to stop myself and change what I say to other people, but also to myself internally. No, I'm not angry. I feel angry. Okay. So there you go. Also, go and watch, if you haven't watched it recently, go and watch the movie Fight Club. Why not? Great movie. In my opinion, one of the all-time great movies from the modern era, I think. So yeah, go and watch the movie Fight Club. Listen out for that famous scene, that famous quote about what you are not. You are not all of these things. You are not the baggage from your past. You can eliminate the baggage from your past by simply reframing I am to I feel. Okay, guys, see you next week. Bye.